I know that, for example, if you have an IoT product, like let's say you have a smart light bulb, that is going to be checking a Chinese server for updates, probably. And then, I mean, unless there's some, like sometimes there's laws where they have to have like a data server or a data center in the United States. And then like, but it's a Chinese company. So it's basically just a proxy. So like where the data is actually being stored is a little bit ambiguous, as it could be copied. It could be, there's lots of stuff that could happen. But the idea is you have an IoT light bulb, you connect it to your network, and then potentially it's pinging the server. It could exfiltrate information if it wanted to. It's very hard to monitor that. And the other thing is, we in the United States, like we just take so much data all the time. It's creepy and weird. But if you just say the same thing's happening, but to China, then people get very upset. So your light bulb could be monitoring, Wi-Fi, nearby Wi-Fi devices and other things that are creepy, right? It's like trying to detect if you're nearby, and then it's ratting out whether or not anyone's home. Like that's not good. That information flowing to China is obviously maybe a concern for people that didn't know about that. But then also, my personal favorite is potentially you could push a malicious update. So let's say that like your light bulb connects to the Chinese server to update, and instead it's got like a Chinese security service like mandated update that's going to like spy on everyone or like attack a nearby device. Let's say it's a wormable vulnerability where it's going to infect your router and let it become a C2 server. Cool, very cool. So your light bulb connects to the Chinese server, downloads the update, installs the update, becomes evil, attacks your router with this 0-day vulnerability, like breaks into the router, sends a command, your router is now part of a botnet, and then the light bulb checks for another update, gets a regular update that turns it back into a light bulb, and then boom, it's back to a light bulb. How would the average person detect that? It seems easy too. Like the infrastructure is already set up there to perform that exact attack, minus the dramatic 0-day vulnerability. So when people talk about like, oh no, the device like could be monitoring me and also like be remotely updated, that is actually like a real threat. Like obviously, like we Americans love collecting data about our citizens and monetizing it and selling it. But there's other things that could happen here. And I think the more dramatic use case of like an IoT device becoming evil and then becoming normal again, like as like taking advantage of a target of opportunity. The problem here is obviously like if a company is collecting data and maybe they're sharing it with an agency or whatever, and that data includes potentially vulnerable devices in your home or office or something like that, it certainly provides a lot of information for a sort of targeted attack like that. So a malicious update like push to one of your IoT devices, totally possible, completely possible. And in the future, I believe we will probably see like bricked IoT devices or other things that are held for ransom by using a technique like this.